Hello, and welcome to Without Fathom. My name is MacGuffen, and it's time to talk about some post-Gencon Daggerheart predictions. Well, I was planning to make a prediction video, but honestly, despite all the announcements at Gencon, there wasn't really much for me to build off of. So, instead, I'm going to give all the juicy details, including what I've gleaned secondhand from people who attended the live show. No story spoilers, just Matt Mercer's homebrew for the game. I'll give a warning beforehand, so you can skip it if you prefer. Let's start with the Gencon presentation. It was really quite impressive how they announced so much but gave such a small amount of information. We know that they are working on a new campaign frame, but we don't know if they intend to release it as its own thing or part of a book. We know that Perkins and Crawford are working on an adventure and a setting. Unfortunately, the theme of the setting and what they hope to achieve with the adventure are all they have given us. The presentation answered basically none of my questions and only added more. Our pal Todd, that old warlock, did get us something juicy though. He got Mr. Mercer to drop that he's been working on a Blood Hunter class and Blood Domain. Finally, something concrete to sink our teeth into. We now know that Matt's been working on this, and maybe we'll see it someday. Adding to this, something else I'd been looking forward to. The Oaths and Ash live show. If you prefer to experience the thrill of how the Bell's Hells are adapted into Daggerheart yourself, skip ahead to the time on the screen. While I have, as of writing this, been unable to watch it, I have gotten a few bits and pieces from Critter friends and Redditors. Not a lot, as the players were only able to use so many abilities during the show. But I've collected not just details for one class, but two classes, a subclass, and details that I'm unsure of what type of ability they are. Before you get excited, I don't have enough information for someone to play these classes, just snippets of them to whet your thirst. First, Blood Hunter. I haven't gotten full confirmation that Chetney was playing Matt's Blood Hunter, or if he was multiclassing, but he did use a Blade Domain ability, which could mean the current iteration of the Blood Hunter uses Blood and Blade Domains. Second, the Exaltant. Completely new is that Laura Bailey is playing Imogen as a previously unheard of class. The Exaltant seems to use the Arcana and Grace domains, but once again, assuming that she isn't getting those from multiclassing, but that doesn't seem as likely for the character. It's also possible that the Exaltant could be a transformation. I'm throwing the possibility out there because I don't have the full picture, unfortunately. Third, new Guardian subclass. Ashton, already using a homebrew subclass in 5e D&D, also gets one in Daggerheart, it seems. All that I've heard about it is that it has an ability called Gravitational Pull. I wonder what that does. And the rest, Laudna abilities and Orm's Shield. Laudna uses several abilities that aren't current abilities I'm aware of in Daggerheart. Laudna Sense, and Shadow Manipulator. These could be reflavored abilities, homebrew, or just Marisha being silly. Also, Orm's Sentinel Shield has been adapted over to Daggerheart, probably with comparable abilities. I've already thrown out the possibility of an Exandria setting book, but while I want these to be a clear indicator of it coming in the near future, I don't think it means we'll be getting it too soon. Okay, done with live show spoilers. Let's give the spoiler-avoided viewers a moment to join us. Now, for what is the most influential new information for my predictions. We've finally got some new playtest content. Although it is something completely new and unexpected, I may have inadvertently predicted it. The new playtest, in addition to updating the existing playtest options, added transformations. These cards, somewhat like Ancestries, are, as the name would suggest, transformations that your character undergoes. Vampire, werewolf, shapeshifter, ghost, reanimated, or demigod. They all add perks, but also drawbacks. These fill a niche that I thought would be a class feature for Blood Hunter, and what I thought would have been an ancestry. But you certainly won't see me complaining about them experimenting with new ideas. How did I predict these exactly? Those aligned during my theorizing in my previous prediction video. Of course, there could just be 6 more cards than that in the 2/3 book, which would bring the total to 72, a multiple of 9. Merely a possibility of how things might be different from the perfectly balanced numbers I had arranged. But, strangely enough, that's what they did. In case you didn't watch my last video, or just forgot, my theory was that 9 is an important number in Daggerheart, with all the options coming in sets of 9 or its multiples, and by counting how many cards each possible supplement is likely to have, we can more clearly predict which one is more likely. I've updated this chart, and the 2/3 supplement, which is one new domain, would now have a total number of cards that is a multiple of 9. I also added more columns for if they were to have these 6 transformation cards instead of ancestries. A 3 new domain supplement where 6 ancestries place are taken by the transformations, is also a multiple of 9. Looking back at it now, I realize I neglected to make a version where there's not a new third subclass for each class, which, as you can see, only the 3 new domains supplement with 6 ancestries replaced with transformations, and a 5 domain supplement have multiple of 9. Even with all this new info, I'm only able to update my predictions due to the transformation cards playtest. While the
spoilers
are really cool to learn about, I can't really calculate them into my predictions until they are at least hosted to the void. They do give a little credence to my predictions of
spoilers,
but that's about it. The new campaign frame, setting book, and adventure book are all great to hear about, but honestly, give me more questions than answers. Will the setting book have any new player options? The adventure book has been described as spanning campaign frames into interconnected adventure. Will these be new campaign frames or existing ones? I guess we'll just have to wait until future announcements. So, what do you think? Are you excited about the announcements? Do you think there is a connection that I'm not seeing? If you saw the live show, is there any information that I'm not aware of that you can recall? Let me know in the comments. And be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more Daggerheart content. Anyway, until next time, have a great day. Bye!